enterprise. Now sometimes one you careful. Now only bri dodo say ube chire obi to me a o proud obi a oye form nipa.
Yes.
Say oye vulnerable person.
Unintended consequence.
Exactly. Since is our closing omo mutina gate obi boss who koye den every month oji 400 Ghana cedi. Wa close ya wa coffee or dey come na bebre su etu tepri John Mama John bebre. Obi nanu ya small scale mine and be catch you say omu bebre omu ye omu they came together.
Yes.
To make sure say John Mama came to power. The kind of people who came together to make sure say this came to power, you have no idea. Nkofo na first say be free so omu ye nipa. Nyame na ye. Every season and how God turns the heart of people. And I will not fight it. Most of these people, they also came for us in 2016 and 2020. And they know Odania Obunfu. In Pabona Obo say Nyami Besa den asisoma kuma. Na okan bibi say niama MPP ema omu campaign ya no. Omo say enu yet say ba under mama. Na ye omu ya say end this beko. That's why they are saying these things. Oh obi okan no me dey now so me reho kakra. Aden na ade e di omo ukọ e na o kan omo ntem sa. Ati o adwuma ma wontie redo bi dem
o adwuma ma ye tie
ati na wo
so
follow
omo kan omo ano
nipa oba studio ha no
small scale miners
no
me na
obi na ya o kan di asem na kan emotion enti ya radio ka say what you good for her what I say
me and my send message abro obi o emotion asem obi me send o message
now obi the way governance works Yamia don't man what government
and started theories no.
There is way practical. There is no way a minister would dare close radio stations that can bring feedback questions to government spokespersons and say what is happening without going to talk to the president or those at Jubilee House. And they say one consulting or sadia any on the class John Mama fire. Obi, and you be an icon, but I'll tell you something. Kolebu teach when I was board chair. There was one major policy he introduced you as a board, which was to make sure say University of Ghana will stop appointing heads of department. Now Kolebu Ankasa as an organization were appointing the heads because until I went there as board chairman from whatever 60 years or so, now University of Ghana and I'm appointing head of department in Kolebu. But stricto sensu no, I'm appointing were faculty heads. They were not supposed to be head of department, clinical heads, yes. But they double. Or the letter the banner or ye too no. But because the letter the free vice chancellor of Eugene Intino, allegiance to Kolebu management and board now yet too strong. Obi, do you know say to change this policy, I went all the way to Mr. President. Not on paper, but that's the other side of governance. Yeah. Because ukosisana hey ba Kolebu and doctors no bofu. Everyone say hey what's happening? The foremost, the premier, the number one place 1,800 people pass there a day for healthcare. What policy now do by the Asempa? Me call chief of staff also a briefing. I say okay, doc, it makes sense. And I me call Ajimamenu. Also makes sense. Before consulting labor unions in all the groups in Kolebu, it took about 8 months, and then finally we brought the policy on board. Enti, me wawa say President Adam Penfono Mutuno Funobeka say they knew nothing about it, but the Americans say. The fact that President John Dramani Mahama has written this letter means that he's been in this democratic game for long. On himself, Obi, the closing down of a radio station that is openly affiliated to your opponent, your opposite or political party, no, it can never be assumed that it is only a regulatory practice. Now, sana mi kan Obi, nyami, omamre, ema yehun kofo subayin. Some of the people are damn it says some George can say they will actually close the radio stations. I was Mukan say what you yes, because in opposition, I remember him. His position was that there is even if a radio station is struggling to honor the regulatory requirement because they are a voice of the people, you cannot close them down. Assist them to comply. This were his position when they were in opposition. Now I see three things happening. Some people want to show power. I say drag. Nanaya, maybe she is able to control it well. I see some appointees of Jomama power no free. They are trying to look at even the way he's talking. We are giving you 30 days. When your father, the appointer, the one who gave you the post, has come to say that, hold on, I am giving them space so that they will comply. Who are you to now come and say that you are giving the 30 days? Did President Obama add the 30 days?
No.
Some people must talk to some appointees. When the one who is in charge of the government, Nipa said the government don't to show they say, step who are taking, go and talk to the agency head. Yabote, ebi awo kone ho etru. Now say, wakambo na tuma 30 days. Power from some people. And my prayer is that those who are sebio omuye reasonable in the government, they will rein those people in, because aban bia mu no nya nkrofo power no timi fru obi mi nkadi no. There is one actor under NDC. Power fru no efru no ma or starting active funny. I called one very reasonable NDC big man. Let me say, oh, but I know you. I know if you call Oluma and some people, this person, they will rein him in. Suban all they dangerous. Obi, my friend was you or the Omunda Kasa. Nipano, they say, won't in the dimbio, what chalky. We all be part of government. Obi, power by no Biana or you said Oya Kamo. Obu already Suban Kitan on Yatumi Kakra or the Haram Nipa. So, Mesre, now the era President John Wamani say, there's so much ahead of him to do. Obi, Ushe Ghana Hapa, Niaman Krofoni Daswa, Ejuma Dosu. So, Mesreno, a sena, what short letter we know. Who can be say, Ebe or one say, Obaka's only mushi. But I want to cross that one. And come son to come but I don't know to our tea and into me cut that line. But all I want to say is that sena wa rainy no Mesre and you no pay. Obianka say Obi a boni and Jan man ko. But more for kwan bi so machoism, ramboism. Minka NDCism to ana. Say you be true be to me one in yamano emboa. Enye no na Ghana for a party. Say ye kasa wo yare na o hospital one sha. Next ni wenti na wo nkwa be free usem. Say na no me ti say was he journalist and a penny bia or see he had to travel to Kumasi. Okay, Kofi Tonto Anabi.
Yeah, Kofi Tonto.
Yes. There are serious issues to be dealt with. We'll come to the nurses. Intimate Obi, ye the 2 mawa. And I can be so Ghana for Dramani Mama Asem. Oh, Emresisa. She said, dear, I am pap. Be brain idea mano. And Che Obi Nipao, and Che Okroma, be brain manonado, me bois.
Yes.
Yes.
Another to ban the Obi and you be a do. I'm telling you, I'm by end the unprecedented, you know, Guinness Book of Records.
Oh, son, I
will never do that.
Jomama lose by over 1 million votes and see that. Jomama first time presidency that Obi ya can never be brain see that.
Because that's when we can't
he is president.
And Menusi and ready president.
There is some we can't throw Yankopon Basu.
Medase Papa Ekosiisen On Asempa FM. Nana Abesia Bemuna San and Obi. Please ask Dr. Okoboy, when people were asking the president to create SAL, what did he say? Is he talking about hypocrisy? It's indeed true. When Sam George was saying that, what did they say? Greetings to Honorable Fred Agbenyo, MP for SAL, and Chairman Ali Ejay Ibrahim, Bono NDC Regional Vice Chairman, Wefi Francis Ono Doma East. Obi, honestly, okay, it was Radio Gold and Muntie. Sadly, Muntie became defunct shortly after the closure. Honestly, I think that President Mahama should be commended for the action he's taking on this radio closure matter. Good afternoon, Obi. Please tell Nanaya Jantua to remain calm in the studios because we are listening. Kweku Owusu, Cleveland, Ohio. Chairman Basti in Takrade says, Obi, your YouTube just went offline.
No.
Listening to you live from London, Ontario in Canada. And the chairman, yes, echo off Kakaba, we are back. Kaniani Boneni Kakra Ewa until we lost YouTube
Obi,
live.
Can ye?
Osei.
Kaniani Boneni ana Dumsonu Kam.
Debe Dumsa.
Oh.
Yet you do so be a back.
Ah. Bisaru.
Off kakra. And
you do so.
Look out for it.
My dear baby. My dear baby, why do so?
Obi. Nanaya is truly speaking my mind this afternoon. The president directive to seek clemency for the well-known NPP radio stations, along with the remaining 62, should be recognized and appreciated by the minority leader and his colleagues. It's important that they do not downplay this gracious gesture from His Excellency. Once again, the president has demonstrated that he is not one to victimize others, unlike what we witnessed in the past during a similar situation under the NPP government led by Nana Addo. That said, I'm glad to have my two favorite communicators on the show today. Doctor must speak the truth, nothing but the truth. And with Anaya present, you can be sure he would be kept in check. Please tell Doctor that they would be in opposition till after 2032 before they can even be considered by Ghanaians. Thank you. Paul De Suso, Worcester, Massachusetts. Obi, the NDC moved heaven and earth to thwart the effort of media pluralism in Ghana. The closure of pro-MPP media houses is just a tip of the iceberg. We should not lose sight of some bombing of media houses in Ghana. Ekosiise ewo ejeso besiase ne die enie. Obi, I want to find out from Auntie Nanaya, did she praise President Akufo-Addo for not prosecuting the ministers who took double salaries? Greetings to my boss, Dr. Okoboy, Nana Amponsa Bediakon, and Onodi Way Abreye. Hello, Obi. Okay. Let me see. Obi, good evening. The attitude of the Health Minister, Honorable Kwabena Minta Kando, in the face of a legitimate and life-saving industrial action by nurses and midwives can only be likened to a doctor who, faced with a patient suffering internal bleeding, opts to prescribe painkillers and apply a bandage. His response has been superficial, palliative, and politically expedient, treating symptoms while ignoring the underlying pathology. Instead of implementing the signed 2024 COS, a necessary intervention to stabilize the profession, he has chosen to rely on temporary fixes, deploying rotation nurses as emergency replacement, recalling retirees as if we are in a war zone, and publishing a list of accessible facilities like a placebo to calm public anxiety. But this is no cure. It is malpractice at the policy level. Kudos to the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health, given under my hand, Sir Amwa Sunyane. Wow. Very well. Ain't ma yamrana fe. Yeah, that's invitation to a meeting with the
Labour Commission.
Parliamentary Select Committee on Health with the National Labour Commission. It's clerk to Parliament. We acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 10th day of June 2025, and the contents therein are well noted. We are grateful that the Select Committee on Health has extended this invitation to us to discuss the surrounding circumstances on the ongoing strike action by GRNMA, leading to a framework for resolution. We wish to bring to your attention that the Commission, per its statutory mandate, as stipulated under Section 138 of the Labour Act, sits with the powers of the High Court. The Commission issued its summons and directives dated the 30th day of May 2025 and 4th day of June 2025, respectively, directed at GRNMA, but they failed to oblige and or comply with same. The Commission therefore cannot be part of a meeting with the association leading to a proposed framework for resolution. The Commission has initiated a legal action against GRNMA in the High Court Accra, secured an injunction against them which they have notice of. The said action is still sub judice. This decision not to appear as part of the stakeholders is also to prevent any prejudicial statement at such a meeting. We are signed by Martin Didemudo, Director Industrial Relations for the Commission. But that meeting I'm told happened with the select committee and
Labour
Commission for
because of what? Me investigations.
To Labour Commission for Nanko because almost say
Oma
frɛ ama no anko and umakwenya court order to injunct them. Yeah, to injunct them from the demonstration.
But Oma frɛ
yeah.
Me investigations.
But I mean the fact still remains patients are apprehensive into this legalese back and forth with and then the beboa situation.
You see the point is that Ubia but ansana me koma minti we infrio Esla mra eda hodada.
Sure.
I was part of the Esla committee. Mr. Saponi ni lead. So as I say, those days. Inti Esla mra ewo hodada. Inti mra ewo hodada no enye bibi eye foforo. No aka say anye stakeholder consultations. Mra ewo hodada se wo ye mu nsachira ya wo nsa anko back. But
that's when you are doing some because so over the past 8 years, Nana, when you look at all the taxes and levies a war price build up in the mono. Increment about cumulatively. Hold on. Increment about cumulatively a 50 pesos over 8 years.
And then are walking.
If in one swoop, ye changes be the one Ghana cedi ever can. It cannot be treated like
Obia bisa a DSC. MPP for Nama we see you.
Ewo kwan ben so.
Ewo electricity no. Also Koboy can be say ya 15%. Me sure say government say ba no nim so be 15%. I say me wa be kan hada.
Onim.
Otema say ye na ye tariff no.
Yeah, PR.
The MPP left the tariff first quarter, second quarter no anye na ubenya no wate so. Why the IMF buy? IMF yeah you won't see
Mama na buy. Yeah, but say na bi o.
Oh,
o jabi buy.
Me person just say IMF na you won't see. That is the point. And these are some of there were the conditionalities in business tariff no.
Conditionalities in for tariffs.
I am telling you what you told you.
No.
Oh,
you can amend or review.
I am telling you, so where you tariff for almost 4 or 5 quarters, one for tariff now passing enough. So when you have 2 cities, I want passing in on with the intention say, so baba be lower tariffs. And it was accumulating for the revenue requirement for the utility. And you need to make sure that the utility needs certain revenue requirement. Ultimately. Yes. So the IMF also said, they say, Sadia na hanging in no, moment because whatever you get, you should pass on. Under the IMF conditions, no. Ultimately, when you look at the tariff structure, tariff structure meaning no near hydro, gas, light crude oil. These are the 3 parameters. Yes. It is always enough hydro and enough gas, a cheaper fuel. What you do is that you ring fence the LCU, no, ultimately, so that it becomes an over recovery in the tariff. So when you do ring fence like this, what happens is that in case say a drought, hydro problem about gas pipeline Nigeria, whoever decides to say you see, then that money that you have escrowed in an account under the cash waterfall mechanism, you then release it to buy LCU. For 8 years, the MPP made sure the PURC didn't factor in LCU. So since they didn't factor in LCU, no, then the my IPPs no enter my fuel VR into the fuel, then accumulate and only sector debt.
Buy a toma one.
And yeah,
government was procuring.
And na buy toma one. Me drew baby a woman kasa almost Toby. So ultimately, into a way no, then issues of gas are rising.
Yes,
there is no money for LCU. Under this IMF conditions, yeah, you way. IMPP for na cover IMF condition, IMF buyer conditionalities. A buy is not supposed to take money anywhere to buy light crude oil.
Aban is not supposed, and I say does not have money to buy.
It does not have money. It is a condition. Okay, say maybe.
Yes.
U.S. Senator Bibeka say IMF is no krano. Yan infantry ankofoka. IMF is very specific. Say they don't expect government to buy LCO.
Yeah, but omu IMF buy said they were They were buying LCO.
And
they were buying.
No,
LCO.
when they were buying LCO, they were not in IMF.
No, it's not.
That is the point.
No, but this government, the NDC government in the last 5 months, because
why and what boom ran?
Yeah, it cannot be true.
But you can't do it continually. To say the MPP a year tariff now, one man passing in our own. There are conditionalities to it. What buso? The fact that what buso in Chester we are right to. When we're doing this tariff.
Yeah, but even when they were buying, even when
they were not always buying,
but they bought some. The record shows some.
But I am saying,
but the IMF has not raised any issue.
But they won't come and tell you. Did the IMF tell you so? A tariff na condition. How can I?
That is not in the set agreement. Is a
It is there. Go and read it.
A woman say tariffs can be adjusted.
It is not can be tariffs. It's a conditionality.
Yeah, but on can adjusted upwards.
No, who said?
It can be downwards.
No, but if you get an upward adjustment, why should you not let it go? In their case, there is no AU. Did you ever see an MPP subsidizing electricity? It was an internal subsidization, cross subsidization by businesses to domestic consumers. So if whatever you get in this program, you cannot play with it. But the MPP did. They left it.
The one Ghana CD way, you have confirmed say for the purchase of liquid fuel.
We kakra. See, bet you had debt. The
memo accompanying the bill was specific. Say it will be earmarked for the purchase of liquid fuel.
I am saying, says a big kakra be badness a bit immediately. So we use liquid fuel and maybe we use it now because finance ministers also can say for debt into maybe one pie maybe and so between us a hydro no cost ra. Nature say a honor no year over recovery kakra. Now the tia a canon so so you need to manage it. So to say but the fulcrum share MPP reduced tariff by 20%. That is revenue requirement. They took off 1% price stabilization levy for the great company. That was used, says it cannot be near free on the face of their balance sheet. They can go and borrow and get money to maintain the lines. It was removed.